Welcome back, everybody, to GoDadFarming, and this map is absolutely beautiful. This is day 8 of our 10-day challenge. We are working together to try and build a farm fund towards our first Farming Simulator 25 farm. So it hasn't been going quite as planned. I am here up on our first canola field. We'll call it canola field 1, and I am sort of doing a couple passes with cedar, just trying to build some headlands. Not sure if I'm going to let the AI plant this or if I'm going to plant this or what. Just want to give myself enough room to kind of turn around. Now, on yesterday's episode, we harvested all the canola, so we have that down in the silo and in the trailer waiting to be sold. Did a few more passes on the grassland, so we have a bunch of silage waiting to be sold as well. And of course, as always, we have our tomatoes sitting in the tomato truck, and they're currently actually loading as they come out of the green. So we have a lot going on here right now. Just trying to make the most of what is a really sticky situation right now. I have thought about kind of what I want to do with the farm when this challenge comes to an end. Now, I don't want to sell off all our gear. This farm's a little special to me because it is our first challenge on this channel, and I want to keep it somewhat intact in case I ever want to come back and check it out. So what I'm going to do is I think we could probably sell our tomato truck because we're not going to need that in the next game. We could probably sell maybe the herbicide spreader. We haven't really needed that, and possibly the green. We'll probably sell the greenhouses too and add that to our total. Other than that, though, that's going to be it. We're going to keep everything intact. We're going to treat this. We're going to treat move to Farming Simulator 25 as if we were kind of picking up, and we'll treat it as if, let's just say, our family bought a new farm and we were moving states or something. That's how we're going to treat the move to FS22. So we do want to keep a lot of our gear. My intention right now is to try and start off with the same or at least somewhat similar equipment when we first start our farm. So we have a lot going on, obviously, a lot to think about. I think I've made a lot of the decisions there. Now, in terms of this farm, I'm not quite sure if I want to. I'm still kind of considering buying that canola field. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to buy that extra canola field and just see what happens. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out and it sets us back. But at the end of the day, I really think that's going to be a good move. I think it's going to be fun to watch to see if I could scramble to get it all planted and everything else. So, and as I say that, I just kind of think to myself that may be an extremely bad move because I do only have one tractor and I just have a lot to do here at this little farm. So I feel like it'd be a lot easier to come to that decision if I had 2 tractors, but unfortunately that's not really the situation we're in. So Alright, so we're just finishing up field 1. It does take a little bit of time to plant with this tractor. I mean, this tractor is not a huge fan of this big, heavy seeder, so it takes a little bit of time. with that being said, we are going over to field 2. Whoa, getting a little too fast, picking up the rears now. When I was cultivating this, we had a little funny business, so we're gonna see what happens here. We're not gonna worry about changing anything, but we're gonna see. Yeah, I thought so. I thought that grass would stay. We're gonna do a few headlands first, and then we will get the center as we always do. It's funny that we've made it even this far with just this little tractor. Usually I get frustrated with them and I go ahead, I sell the little tractor and buy a medium-sized tractor by this point. So I'm doing good. I really want to buy a new tractor, but I won't do it, guys. I will not do it. I will not waste the money even though I want to, because I know that we are just trying to build up our funds. Okay, everybody, we're back down here at the farm. I've got the AI worker planting that second field because while I was over there doing the headlands, I noticed something about the canola prices. I think they're close enough for me to be willing to go ahead and go sell this canola. So I'm going to try to use this yard pig here and get this trailer hooked up. Now this thing's a tank. I do like this truck. I rather like this truck. So um I'm gonna take this first trailer. Let me make sure I know where I'm going with point of sale at John. So I just marked it. Now we're gonna take this thing over there and we're gonna get it sold up. Now it is still a little lower than what the highest price is, but honestly, with the way the time crunch is and with how patient I am, I really just want to get it sold to see how much we can make. So, am I cutting us a little short on money? Possibly. But there's also no guarantee that it gets up to that high point. So, we're going to take it. We're going to get it sold off, and we're going to see how much money we make. Man, this truck is so fast. I have never had a vehicle go this fast since I've started Farm Sim. This is crazy. Oh, I almost dumped it there. That would have been bad. Okay, so we're just pulling up on the sell point. We're gonna pull in here nice and slow. We don't want to anger anybody that works here, obviously. And we're gonna pull right up to their silo. See how much one bin gets us. 8,000 liters of canola. Look at that. There's even people here. I think I talked about it in the last stream, like how much characters on this map. I really do like this map. It really makes me consider trying to find a smaller map for Farming Simulator 25 when the mods start rolling out. Maybe even from this creator. So we got $8,000 from that one. We know we have about... Okay, so we know that we have, I think, 3.5 truckloads of canola. I think that the field, that extra field that we were considering buying, was only going to produce about 1 trailer full of canola. So we actually just found out exactly what we needed to know. That is not worth buying that extra field. So we're going to hold off on that. The other thing I think I just decided too was, despite me being so excited that the canola prices had risen a little since the last stream, I think that also just made me decide that we're actually going to wait to sell the rest of the canola. That was a poor decision again. I'm literally making the poorest decisions we possibly can when we're just trying to make money here. So sorry guys. Welcome Welcome to GoDadFarming. This is kind of what we do. All right, so we're 2 seconds down the road, and I just got us a little stuck here. Honestly, I'm this. Oh boy. All right. All right, so we got through there. I don't know. I keep hitting stuff and everything else, so if I can squeeze in our entrance here. Speaking of the size of the map, I also really like the kind of the small farm layout. It's, I don't know. It's very home feeling. It feels kind of like a small little home. I like it. So we really should cut those bushes down, and kind of build a path through there, because we keep driving through there and just running the bush. We're not gonna do that. All right, so we're gonna leave. We have plenty of room. Oh, we left the blinker on. All right, so we're gonna leave the truck there. We got the trailer here. This should auto load with the tomatoes. We have. I don't care about the grass. I want to see those tomatoes. We have 100. I don't think I can see how much is in the trailer without connected. We'll just connect the truck. How about that? Let's start this back up. I cannot speak. I'm sitting here having coffee just enough so I can speak. It's about 6 a.m. here, so pretty early. My kids are pretty early risers here. I got about 11,000 liters of tomatoes. That's great, honestly. Truck off so we don't waste gas. That's honestly a great amount. I really like that. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, my kids are pretty early risers, typically speaking. So a lot of times I'll be up super early, just having a cup of coffee, trying to get these all filmed up and stuff. So a lot of times while I'm having my coffee, I'm still kind of waking up as I'm filming these. So I just can't talk all the time. Let's see what this. All right. Well, he's about a third of the way through the field. Wow, he's going really fast down that hill. About a third of the way through the field now. Just a little bit left to go. I'm actually gonna let him finish this field up, and then we'll come back and we'll get on to our next task. Our next task is probably going to be fertilizing these fields. Canola field number 1 definitely needs to be fertilized. We will wait on the. We're gonna wait on the weeding until we actually see the weeds start to grow. I have a feeling that if we wait, we won't have to do it twice. So I could be wrong in that notion, and maybe it won't matter, and we'd still have to do it twice. But I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait. I would like to consider renting a roller to get this rolled. I think that'll give us about 3%. And again, I could be wrong, but it should give us about 3% field yield bonus. So we might do that. Something to consider. With this, the grass is starting to grow. So basically, we just got to wait for these silage bales to be done and then take those and sell them off. Right, so our AI worker is done planting that field. We are going to take this tractor and the planter back to the garage over here and hopefully grab the fertilizer, and we're going to fertilize it for the first time. Get that all taken care of. Cut through our bush path here. As I said, we keep driving right through that, and it's just kind of funny to me at this point. Place this somewhere. It has become sort of a mess over here. Not too bad. I mean, I've definitely seen worse. I'm kind of hoping that we already have fertilizer in the tank so we don't have to worry about buying more. But if we do have to buy more, it's all right, because I don't really think fertilizer costs a ton of money. So let's see what we got here. We only have 18%. So okay, we need to drive over to the shop and grab another bucket of fertilizer. All right, so I just filled our fertilizer bucket with fertilizer, and it did cost $1,900, so almost $2,000. So it was a little bit of a hit. Whoa! Oh wow, that caught me by surprise. For some reason, I thought that car was going straight. Wow. So because that cost $1,900, I'm just really hoping that putting fertilizer on these fields is actually like giving us enough of a yield bonus that it kind of matters. Honestly, I just don't want to waste the money at this point. We're down to, well, tomorrow will be 2 days to go until FS25 releases. So we're down to it. We're right up against the wall here, trying to make as much money as we can. So we're gonna have to fertilize these fields twice. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna bring you on board for some fertilizing action. All right, so the two canola fields are fertilized. As you might have saw, I decided to fertilize the small little grassland we have over there next to the farm. Now I am going to fertilize this as well. I figure we have the fertilizer, we may as well. Maybe it'll give us a little more yield on this grassland. But the Department of Environmental Control is not going to be happy that I just threw all that fertilizer down into that pond. So, I mean, geez, I hope we don't have to pay any fines. Right, well, that's the last of the fertilizing for now. At least got the first bit of it done. On the next growth stage, we'll have to fertilize again so we can get both stages of fertilizer done. You can't do those on the same growth stage, so we will be back. We will need more fertilizer, probably another 1,000 liters, $1,000. So we're just gonna have to really decide if that's something we want to do or not. I'm definitely gonna look into it, see if it actually makes a huge difference putting the fertilizer on. If it's only like 1%, I'm definitely not going to fertilize. We'll just have to see. Alright guys, well, we advanced a day in the game, and right now we don't really have a whole lot to do today. We do have to sell these bales at some point that we're sitting on. Um, They are still fermenting though. They're at about 90%. So what I decided, much to my displeasure, because I'm not really a fan of potatoes, what I've decided is I'm going to actually take this contract here. We're going to borrow the equipment. I think $12,800 is a bit much to just ignore. So we're going to take this contract and we're going to do it. I'm going to give you guys something new to watch, and we're going to have a good time with it, or at least try. So contract, all the machines should be, remember to fill if need. All the tools should be over at the shop. So I'm going to head over there, and once I get into the potato harvester and get the wagon all ready, I will meet back up with you. All right, so I got the potato harvester. Obviously, it's super close to the shop. It's literally right around the corner out back. So we just have to get this tractor over to the field. The potato harvester is all set up to go. Um, Field is pretty square. There's a couple little pieces that aren't, but oh, I got turn. A couple little pieces that aren't square. So we are gonna do probably 2 to 3 headlands before we even start doing the main portion of the field. So this should go pretty smooth. The only thing I don't like about potato harvesters is how small their tanks are. So um, honestly, this trailer seems really small too, so this might take a little longer than what I want, but at the end of the day, we're gonna make 12 grand, so it's okay. In the middle of harvesting these potatoes, I am cutting across one of the neighbors' properties now, taking these over to the grain elevator. This is going to take quite a bit of time here. Tomatoes just go, or not tomatoes, potatoes. Did I say tomatoes earlier? Anyway, yeah, potatoes just seem to take a long time. I think that's a lot of the reason people don't like to do them. I definitely think if they would give us a larger harvesting head for potatoes, they'd be a lot more popular. But I don't mind doing them. They just take time. It might not. Whoa, tree. Might just might not be the most streaming friendly crop out there. Actually, beets and carrots might be worse, honestly. So who knows? Let's get this in here. Try to get this tractor's kind of front. It's kind of front. It's light on the front with this trailer, so it's kind of weird they gave me a tractor this small for this big of a trailer. This is load 1. I'm not even through the headlands yet. I'll show you when we get back where we're at, and definitely do a little more onboarding with the potato harvester. It is a really cool machine. Whoa, gee, I almost not realize how tall we were there. It is a really cool machine. It's fun to operate. It's very slow. I think the top speed is 5 miles per hour while you're harvesting. So I'm just trying to get through all the headlands that I need to do. The potato harvest it's definitely a little larger. So making sure you have the proper headlands is pretty much very important with it. Doing one of the headlands. I don't know if I'll show it or not. I was doing an onboard and doing one of the headlands. I think it was the first headland. I was coming along the side of a tree and ended up wrapping the side of the potato harvester on it. Got a little stuck, so just goes to show how important it is to have headlands and make sure you have enough room for the machine. I mean, you can see it from here. I mean, it's massive. And look how big that thing is from the driver's seat of this machine here. So massive. We'll get the headlands done, and we'll then go on board, and I'll probably, oh, this is a cool camera. I've never had this pop up before. That was cool. It must just be, that's very cool. I really like this camera. Holy crap. But anyway, we'll do the headlands. We'll get that all taken care of, and then I'll probably just let the AI worker drive the harvester, and I will drive the grain trailer, so this way we can get it done all at the same time and a little quicker. The only unfortunate thing about this map that I found so far is there's no AI driver paths. So I could go and try to see if there's an auto drive path, which, you know, would make sense. If I was going to spend any amount of time on, I would go and find a path, or I would start making my own paths. But honestly, with the limited amount of time we're going to be left, I don't think there's really any point to doing that. So we're just going to kind of do it at our own pace, and we're going to deliver the grain ourselves, and we'll get it done one way or another. Whether it's painful or not, who knows? That also kind of reminds me, I saw yesterday in some FS22 pre-release content, saw a streamer. I'm not sure who it is. I don't want to say it was Mr. Sealy P for sure, but I feel like it was. It was somebody. They said they were testing all the AI and stuff. Not testing them, but they were using them. They were using the field GPS and AI workers and stuff. And they said they weren't sure how good the AI was at driving back and forth between destinations. If they're not any better at that and they have a hard time finding pets, it's going to be a real letdown, because I really do enjoy letting the AI, drive back and forth between the grain bins and the fields. I personally enjoy running the harvesters. I'm hopeful that that's going to be a little better in the next game, but from everything I've heard, it may not be. Alright, so we have just a few rows of potatoes left to harvest. This has taken me a little bit of time today, as you can see, but we are almost done. We're going to make $12,000 off the contract, and I'm very hopeful. In fact, I'm pretty much, whoa, jeez, buddy, calm down. I'm pretty positive that we should make some money off the potatoes that don't go towards the contract as well, so that's also good news. Just a little bit of money on top of the contract. So this will be time well spent. Not to mention, our bales should be fermented by now. This has taken me the better part of a day to complete. Had quite a few hang-ups with the AI, with the potato harvester, just because it's so massive. It kept wanting to, well, it kept not wanting to harvest stuff. Didn't like the shape of the field or whatever it may be. So definitely took more time than what I wanted to, but here we are, just about complete. We're gonna see how much of the contract this trailer completes. So we're about 87% transported for field 4. So maybe one more trailer and we should be completed with the contract transportation, and then we will have, actually we probably won't have that much left over for our own, but that's all right. We'll still make a little money, and the $12,000 is going to be well worth the time spent doing this. Just finishing up my last little strip on these potatoes. We are going to have a few little spots in the field, as you can probably see that I missed, but I'm not really going to worry about those. I don't really think it's going to change too much for us. So we're just going to finish this strip. Looks like that trailer is pretty much already full, so we are going to probably leave this harvester here and have to do a second trip. Oh yeah, this is 92%. So I mean, we're not gonna get much else into this trailer. So see what we can fit, and then we'll make one more small trip out of it, and then the contract will be complete. So that's good news. Well, delivering this load of potatoes, and look at our money. It is increasing like crazy. Just made $6,000 off that load. So that means the next load, it should only be about 30% of a load, but means it's all going to be for profit. So that's awesome. Just cutting across the neighbor's property one last time. Now we'll take the rest of these potatoes and we'll get a good profit out of them before we collect money on the contract. So that's also pretty good news for us, man. I'm really happy with how this contract turned out. No, it took really the better part of a full day in the game. We're gonna make out really good. We're gonna make $12,000 off the contract itself, and then we just made 6,000 off the last trailer load. So I'm feeling like this might be a good $3,000 or so. We're just gonna have to wait and find out. But regardless, the point is we made a ton of money today. I'm gonna cut across this guy's property one last time because I hate making that turn up there. It's really hard. All right, we made $1,800 from that load, so not 3,000 like I thought, but I'm still pretty happy with the $1,800. Honestly, I'm gonna leave this truck here. Sorry, tractor. I'm gonna leave this tractor here. Complete the contract, collect our $12,000. Well, geez, that's dangerous. And we're gonna head back to the farm, and I'll meet you guys there. All right, everybody. That's the end of our workday and the end of day 8 to our challenge. We have about 2 days remaining after this until the start of Farming Simulator 25, so we're looking forward to that. We do have a whole bunch of silage bales that are done fermenting and ready to be sold. In the next video, we're going to do that. We are also probably going to get another mow out of our grass fields and possibly bale those up and everything, as well as fertilize the canola fields at least one more time. So the next video is going to move along really quickly. We may even get to the point of selling these tomatoes, possibly in the late winter. So we're gonna try to put in a lot of time, like I did the last 2 days, into these videos. So it is the weekend here, so gonna look forward to spending a little bit of time with my kids this weekend, and maybe even getting some free time at the end of the night or again tomorrow morning. So, regardless, I am looking forward to that, looking forward to getting another video out for you guys. If you liked today's content, please don't hesitate to hit the like button. And if you so choose, leave a subscription. Would really appreciate all the subscribers I can get. If you have any suggestions or comments on how these videos went, definitely leave a comment down below this video or below any of the videos. Check out the playlist. All these videos are easily found in the same playlist on my channel, so try to make it as easy as possible for you guys. With that said, have a good day. Uh, Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Adios.